So I'm making this video for the second time because the first one wasn't really that good. So no original unboxing, but I am going to show you what's in the package. And what I'm looking at today is the Earfun Air 2. So let's take a look at what you get in the box. That's just the cover, your manual, USB-C cable, some silicone tips, and you actually get 4 sets, extra small, small, medium, and large. That's really nice. And the case with the buds in it. So let me just remind myself again of the specs. It's high-res certified and it's running LDAC, Bluetooth 5.3. It's using 10mm wall composite dynamic drivers, 4 microphones with noise cancelling technology. So it should be good for making calls, but I'm gonna test it out later and you could be the judge of it. So 2 microphones and each sides. Really impressive battery life. I'll get into it later. Gaming mode with low latency. Multi-point connection for seamless switching. IPX7 waterproof. And if you're into it, the case also supports wireless charging. So taking a look at the case, it's really nice and compact. It's well built, really small, and it is going to fit into your pocket easily. Taking a look at the buds. No dropping today. Kind of grayish on the outside and this black look on the inside. This is your touch area, and I will talk about the controls later when I'm looking at the app. Let's take a look at the fit. And now it's time for a mic test, and in my opinion the mics are really good. So if you're going to be taking calls, or I don't know, playing games or making a recording, this is what it's going to sound like, and in my opinion it's good. Of course I'm in a quiet room, so what is it going to sound like with some noise in the background? Let's find out. And now my fan is running in the background, and it does change my voice a little bit. It does sound a little bit more digitized or processed, but it is doing a reasonably good job of blocking out the noise. And I tried this on a bicycle and it was really good. So the mics are nicely tucked away, so if you're going to be riding or running in the wind, no problems at all. So let's talk about what you don't get, and that is noise cancelling, and there is no ambient mode. Noise cancelling for me personally is not a deal breaker, but what I really do miss is smart detection, because that's something I use a lot. So if your music is playing and you're going to take these out of your ears, they're just going to keep playing. It's not going to pause your music. You will have to grab your phone to do it, or double tap, which I guess you could say doesn't take too much effort, but I mean, if the feature is there, why not just add it and get it over with? And like I said, no noise cancelling, but a passive noise cancelling is actually very good. So let's talk about the battery life, and what they're saying is 9 hours on the buds and 31 with the case, and that's about what I got, maybe 30 minutes less. But of course it's going to depend on the volume that you're listening and the amount of bass that you're using. I did not test LDAC myself personally, but according to GameSki, so I'm gonna give a shout out to GameSki. It will get you about 5.5 hours on the buds and like 25 on the case. I trust GameSki. His information is always accurate, so shout out to him. Really good values if you ask me. And I got 90 minutes to use from 10 minutes charge. So let's talk about my first impression with these buds, and it wasn't really that good because it was really bassy, really nasty, really muddy. I was trying to clean it up with my equalizer, but it wasn't really working. So I remember thinking, if this is it, then I'm really not going to use these buds, because I wasn't really liking what was coming out of it. But luckily it does work with the app, which I downloaded in the Google Play Store. It's also on iOS, and that's where things changed. But before I get into the sound quality, let's take a look in the app to see what you get and what you could do. So it's a week later and I'm upstairs, sitting by the window, so hopefully the lighting is all right. So let me just explain real fast. Like I said, I'm doing this video for the second time. And the first time I was trying to make a good video, but I tried so much I ended up making a bad video. I didn't enjoy the video too much. I wasn't really having fun, and if you're not having fun, then I don't believe you should do it. So I said for my second attempt, I'm just gonna keep it simple. And it started out simple, but somewhere along the line I was trying to do things I can't do or things I didn't want to do, and I just made it complicated. And I wasn't enjoying it anymore. It gave me a little stress, so I just stopped. Didn't want to complete the video, so it's a week later. But I'm gonna complete it. I'm gonna finish it now, but I'm just gonna do it my way. Let's get into it. First impression was really not good sound quality wise, because it was really bassy, and not in a good way. It was really muddy and there was no mids or whatever, so it wasn't good. I went to my phone, I went to the equalizer, tried to clean it up a bit, but it didn't respond to my equalizer. So I downloaded the app from the App Store, and things change for the better actually. But before I get into the sound quality, let's talk about some of the things you can do in the app. When you open the app, you're going to see the case charge and your battery life, and underneath that you're going to see the name. Then you're going to see your gaming mode. That's where you could turn it on or off. I didn't use gaming mode because I'm not a gamer, but even watching Netflix or YouTube without gaming mode, there was, in my opinion anyway, no lag or whatever. So in my opinion, really good for consuming media. Customized controls, as you know, it's using touch control and you can control everything in it. What's really nice is that you can customize it the way you want. So if you want to put something on the left side, you could, or you want to put it on the right side, you could. And in my opinion, it's really good. There's also dual device connection. That's where you could do the switching, or you could add a device or erase the device. Then there's Bluetooth and audio quality, so you can choose if you want a good connection, strong connection, or you want better music quality. One that I really like is the microphone. So you could lock the microphone to one side. You could say, okay, I only want to use the mic on the left side, or I want to use it on the right side, or it's going to be automatic. In my opinion, that's a really nice one. There's also Find My Headphones, which is also a nice one. Quick demonstration. And a few more things, including device reset and firmware update. And of course, there's an equalizer. And I gotta say, personally, if you're not planning to download the app and use the equalizer, I would say, nah, maybe you shouldn't get these, because the difference is so massive. So I went into the equalizer, and first of all, when you go into the equalizer, you could do your own little test. So it's gonna create a profile for you. I created one for myself. This is what it is, and in my opinion, it's crap. I'm not gonna use it. It's way too bassy and absolutely no mids. So this one, nah. What I do use is, when I want really bassy sound that's somewhat bright, I use rock, because in my opinion it's reasonably balanced. And when I'm looking for a bright sound, then I'm gonna use treble boost 1. What I also did was I took treble boost 1 and I bumped the treble up a little bit more while leaving the bass exactly where it is, and that gave me a really nice bright sound in my opinion. But keep in mind, this is extremely bassy, and there's always going to be this deep bass behind it. In my opinion, you could detune it a bit, but it's not going to sound good. It just sounds like you're forcing it to do something it wasn't designed to do. these are designed to produce bass, and when you take the bass away, it just sounds kind of odd. So I wouldn't recommend it. Don't buy these and try to detune it. It doesn't make sense. Go for something else. But like I said, it's all about bass. And when I want a brighter sound, then I'm going to use treble boost, and sometimes I'm going to bump it up a bit. But I discovered something new, and I don't know if it's new or I'm just seeing it for the first time, and that is vocal enhancer. My God, it's good. And I'm not saying it's gonna clean the voices up that much, but it's gonna make it so nice and juicy, especially female vocals. You gotta try it. When I saw it, I was like, nah, they're probably just gonna kill everything else and push the voice forward, and it's not gonna sound good. Probably gonna be kind of screamy. Not at all. Not at all. I mean, I was listening to my favorite song, and I didn't know this song could sound any better. But after listening to it, and I fell in love with this song, and all 5 of them again. So give it a try. In my opinion, you won't regret it. But then again, sound is subjective, so you could listen to it and you could say, nah, this is crap, this is not for me, and it's okay. We could agree to disagree, but from now on, this is gonna be my go-to, definitely. And let me just say, these things are extremely loud, so I'm asking you, please be careful. If for some reason you believe these are not loud enough, well, and what I will say is the sound you are going to get out of it, even though it's wireless, is also going to depend on the device you're using. Because on my tablet, which is running the Exynos 980, it's just average. On my Poco X-Ray NFC, which is running the Snapdragon 730G or 732G, it's really good. A little bit less bass, but the mids and highs are really nice. And on my Poco F5, the mids are not good, treble is not that good, but the bass is really punchy. So as you can see, different devices, different sound. But like I said, sound is subjective. So what about accuracy? Well, in my opinion, it's good enough to play every music in a fun kind of way. If you're looking for really detailed music, it's not going to be this one for you, for sure, because you could pinpoint where things are coming from, but it's not really that good. If you saw my video of the Buds FE, then you know I said from all the buds I tried, and I was also talking about this one because I have it now for a reasonable amount of time. The Buds FE are way better than this when it comes to pinpointing where instruments will come from and those kind of things. So accuracy wise, this is not yours, but like I said, it's gonna play all kind of music, and it is gonna sound good, but it's gonna sound good in a fun kind of way and not really in an accurate kind of way. So my conclusion is, if you like a really deep sound, a boosted sound, then you're gonna be really happy with this one. And $49.99, yeah, is it expensive? I don't know. I got my own for $35, and to me that's a really good price. For $49.99, I don't know, it just feels a tiny bit too steep in my opinion. $39.99, of course it's running LDAC and, you know, wireless charging, so it's almost fully loaded. You're missing ANC, so yeah. However, there is one problem, and that's connection, because even though you could choose stable connection, since day one I'm having problems with connection. I even gave it a factory reset for some reason, and it's on every device. It's on my tablet, it's on these phones. Whenever I look away for some reason, I'm always going to lose connection on one side. So, you know, I make driving videos, so sometimes I use the buds also in a car. When I'm in a car, and I'm doing my driving, if I'm looking straight forward, because my phone is going to be in front of me when I'm listening to my music, it's okay. But the moment I look away, connection gone. I'm on a bicycle, it's the same thing. And I test the device the way you're going to use it. For me, it's a real world test. I'm not going to be sitting in an office or in a studio like now in an office. This is just for the test, but this is not the way I'm going to use it. I'm going to be using it in the kitchen. It's going to be in my pocket. It's going to be on the table. I'm going to walk away. And if I am in the same room, I expect a good connection. But for some reason, it just doesn't want to work for this one. And this is not the only one, because I also have the Air Pro 3s, and I have exactly the same problem. And what's so surprising is Galaxy Buds FE, really good connection. Soundpeats, really good connection. Sony's, really good connection. And even the Air Pro, which came out in 2020, really good connection. I did a review just last week to see if it's any good in 2024. It's running Bluetooth 5.0 and the connection is solid. But for some reason, the newer products, connection is not really that good. So I know the Air Pros 4 are out now, so I'm hoping it's running Bluetooth 5.4. I'm hoping the connection issue is going to be fixed. I don't know if I'm the only one. I did order it and it should be coming tomorrow, so expect an unboxing soon and a review later done in the future. Like I said, I'm just going to do the video my way. So let me wrap this up because I believe it's long enough. Conclusion is, it's really nice case, nice IPX rating, of course no ANC, but you know what you're buying. Good sound quality, if that's the kind of sound you're looking for. You can tune it up in the app. So like I said, my only complaint is the connection, and I don't believe it's me. I really don't. But I really can't explain why it is the way it is. But that's too bad. So aside from the connection, this is an easy recommendation if you don't need ANC and if you love powerful sound. All right, I have some more videos coming up soon, so stick around. And hope you enjoyed the video, even though it was a little bit different. Like I said, I just want to keep it simple. I'm not a professional. I'm not going to try to be a professional because I'm not going to enjoy it anymore. This is why I like doing it. Thanks for tuning in. A like would be great. A sub would be great. And I'll see you next time. Take it easy.